any day any obu so memamo akwa basronko so ediaba POG Media so and any mention that and fat mumrepi young Ryan some name fansome do no enya de embrema ye bo ede era attorney general aswe na am attorney general emre bi ebe bosome num anasa miensa achi ho baby obeye press conference odi enipa edumienu bi beye de eba betu udwa na nipa dumienu na odom de eba betu udwa no from that time odom betu udwa emu mienu pe ene yehu se attorney general watu ho anamon a oso be prosecute omo which is a gift to your worry mensa ene edubu ahen omienu case ne pa na edi ehim na edu na aka no de eja ewe henfa eno question no sa question no ene na ochimufo no de ebusa no ochimufo no so a very special aid edema John Dramani Mahama o kire se hwe se attorney general wan prosecute sa eduna akana attorney general waso be ye she papa obe face the wrath of the presidency no nurse enya asem keto akra na ochimufo no odi tudwa yenko ni nkunkuti yensam odi tudwa
Ghana kuafo yebo mabaso na ene me pese yenni nkomo bi na ochimu ena attorney general onimonyamfo Dominicanyeni kire se national service wa share prosecution asia gifti oware ene openia no wansa gifti oware eba no or prosecute omo. Now I have some critical questions I want to ask. Many inside the attorney general, but the truth about matter is say many Ghanaians said the President Mahama kan ya na ere fi and samun temuntino ubi at me be kan sembi acha Ghana de na otwimienu na otwimiensa bosome ni ere fi. Today I want to hold the attorney general accountable by ono ankasa no west. Yet Ghana ha eye bosumi ya afia ewomi ya June 13 June ni dan bosumi nsia da tosu da du miensa ena attorney general friend central phone hyiemu ena obekire yen ehwehwemu a waye e dia fa National Service Authority kankan no pro ni dwirimu a akoso enkrofo a awia Ghana sika ene nkrofo a oba be prosecute omo minkan kra no attorney general Dominicanyeni ebo nipa maku edumienu din nipa maku dumienu din. Now he was emphatic say the attorney general office oma conclude their investigation just oma yo munhwehwemu awie ekuto oma danse ti say nipa maku edumienu wei omudo mu kogina court ni abo omuko adu say oma nam omo nsa so ama Ghana yesika hwere oma wia oman Ghana sika na ko wi ase na wo kokoto nipa mienu pe na no koye ebia na Ghana ni bia Wrȧth ebi kura wante so a me patch fire kwai video number 1 yera attorney general ebra no wo bobo enkrofo a oba be prosecute omo no oba be bo omudin. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen of the media and my fellow countrymen and women, having concluded our investigations, we'll be filing charges against 12 suspects who worked as directors and staff of the NSA. I've already listed them, but for the abundance of doubt, let me mention them again. These are Mustafa Yusuf, a former executive director; Osea Sibe Entry, former director general; Gifty Owari Mensah, former deputy executive director; Kwepe Oinian, former deputy executive director for operations; Abraham Bismarck Gezi, former internal auditor; Kweku Dechi Eje, an accounts officer; Idrusu Ibn Abubakar, former head of accounts; Stephen Kobina Jemfi, we have asked that he should be rearrested because we've discovered some new accounts that contain some deposits, and so he was picked up this morning. So he is currently he's undergoing further interrogation. Koforidua, he's the Koforidua director. Then Prince Agofa Ewuku, a district director, and Jacob Yorsin, management information systems administrator in the northern region. We will also file charges against the following persons who are vendors on the marketplace on the central management system of the NSA in the Eastern, Greater Accra, and Ashanti regions. Isaac Osei Asamani, the owner of Stalwart Option Buy Ventures. Charles Ohomening, the owner of GH OHEC Ventures. Philomena Arthur, the owner of Brainwave Ventures. Rose Hamilton, the owner of Marine Ventures. Kwekuo Pare Agofa, the owner of Franlisa Ventures. Solomon Jamina, the owner of Afarita Ventures. Haruna Mawulaya, the owner of Alfaida Enterprise. Sylvia Ntriwa Opare, the owner of Silsona Ventures. And then Peter Mensah, a legal practitioner and the husband of Gifty Oware Mensah.
These were the words from the Attorney General. The press conference our year 13 June 2025. While body now listing Krofua or prosecutor or say having concluded our investigations. Say ye nhwehwemu nyina wie ye no. San Krofo we ne do mu kogina court ne abo mu kwedu. Okasa asemu June, July, August, September, October. After the Attorney General so or court no ko prosecuting Krofo nipa mienu pe. Yesu Kristo esa akwatafo eye edu yade. Emu ba ko pe ana okoda Nyankopon ase. Yesu Kristo bisa ne se na enkono na aka no so we. Enti Attorney General na mi bisa o se nipa du mienu na wo ka se wo prosecute omo no. Ena wo prosecute mienu edu no a aka no omo wo hemfa. Na ebinum ka se oh some of them say omo be witness prosecution witness and the Attorney General so on prosecute. Yes, on that same press conference Attorney General can say your Krofo bebra a volunteer say on be prosecution witness and intino he will not even disclose the identity oh mo mudin and so no be catch say Attorney General is prosecuting 2 out of the 12 people of catch June so be prosecute omo. And to 10 ye fan say bia omo boama and omedia dancer sisani pakron who the Attorney General was emphatic and the words was plain straightforward. So I take us to the second video.
We have made the decision to enter into non-prosecution agreements with some of the persons who were involved in this criminal enterprise, especially the vendors, and these have agreed to provide compelling testimonies as witnesses for the prosecution. In this regard, we have agreed not to disclose their names or their details at this press briefing as part of the NPA, that is a non-prosecution, agreement, because this is going to inure to the efficiency of the prosecutions that will be mounted. And in every prosecutorial decision making, we have the discretion to take decisions that will inure to the benefit of the Republic. And we have decided in the office, together with the investigators, that some of the marketplace vendors and some other directors and staff who came to us may be serving as prosecution witnesses. Some of them offered to be prosecution witnesses, and we rejected their offers. They came, met with my deputy, we evaluated the evidence, and thought that it will be inimical to the entire prosecutorial enterprise if we accepted their offers to serve as prosecution witness. So, given the numbers that we're offering to serve as witnesses, it can tell you where we are headed with this investigation. And when the trial starts, with this prosecution, when the trial starts, you'll get to know the evidence that we have meticulously gathered from February, when I took over the oral report and handed them over to NIB, to the present.
These were not my words. And then your words, never my Attorney General. Was in Krofo be out to say omo prosecution witness. And to say Krofo crowd the on prosecutor mo and our mo mudin. Ampanampa wa mo mudin. And to say nipa makuma could do me no bo mudino. Na san Krofo nka ho bi. Now the question is, Attorney General, nipa du mienu na o prosecutor mo do na kan way. Mustafa Yusuf, former director our National Service Authority. I'll be a Minister for Youth and Employment. Wano uboni din, he was number 1 say prosecute no. Adentina and ne for prosecute no anka ho bie. O ka kire yen say gift Ware ni kunu. Mensa. Wano nso so kan krofo abe prosecute omo no ho. But ene nipa me nipa na prosecute a gift Ware ni kunu nka ho bie. Enti Attorney General Wrȧth Dominica Yeni 10 others now say will prosecute omo no. Where are they? When are you going to prosecute them? As far back in June 13, we see what concluded your investigations. Now, you see the Okomoji anime, Pintin Biaso da me. And it is 13 June. Now we your investigation. How come it took you so long? June, July, August, September, October. It took you almost 5 months to start prosecution. And who started prosecution? No. The 12 list you gave to Ghanaians in June, you are only prosecuting only 2. The remaining 10, where are they? Dr. Dominica Yeni, where are they? I'm doing all this because let nobody sit somewhere and think that it's going to be as business as usual. You just utter words, call a press conference, commit taxpayers' money, GTV, you carry it live. No one Ghana for assurance, thinking say Ghana for we have short memories. You know, the answer 2 months, 3 months, then after a few months, you start doing different things aside your catcher. No, you hold you by your words. Now, if it has taken you 5 months to start prosecution after concluding your investigations in June, so it means that this prosecution now, it means infinity. That. Because your investigation, a build docket, it took you 5 months. And so now court there. It means you are not giving any Ghana for assurance, any hope, say this prosecution Ghana for will see the 8th logical conclusion within some few months. We will not see. Now, if maybe somebody sitting somewhere thinking, say, Ghanaians call for accountability. Ghana for your quest and your call for accountability. Say Yesusu Niejidi, say previous NPP government, they were corrupt. Said the Attorney General and NDC for ankasa mo kame nyina ti ase say they were corrupt. Ghana for no ankasa wa dance here. Eniti ye di oral team ba within short period of time. Now over 2,000 evidences. And Crawford volunteered their mamua. Mwankazam chesa monsakano. That passion. Ghana for want to see accountability. No. If somebody says somewhere, thinking say obey obstruction to justice and obstruction to accountability. Hey, brah, massa, we are coming after you. If somebody thinks say, oh, we can delay the process. We can delay the process. Yeah, oh, see, yeah. Pretending, say, yeah. Pretending for Ghanaians to see something, say, oh, at least we are doing something. So you are doing the normal prosecution, normal accountability. Ghanaians are not ready for anything normal. Ghanaians are not ready for anything normal and lengthy prosecution years and months. We want the accountability now. Attorney General, he told us, say, who will be prosecute A+. Either say, be cooperative, and also be prosecuting. How far now? How far? Attorney General, how far? How far? Akwasi say, and I will speak as a referee. Next week, we will referee. I made a mekan. So Attorney General, I see we here in 73. Jumadie we di no in 72. And some bebre na si na mu matitire wom. Ye sha afia se ensem bebre si na mu matitire wom bi ni say Ghana for want to see accountability. We don't want to hear say the accountability is being pursued. We want to see it. Enti Attorney General Yera Dominica Yeni in some true air remind you. Say, we want to see the accountability. We want to see the remaining 10 names you mentioned in June. Say over prosecute or mono. After concluding your investigation, we want to see when are they facing trial. When are they facing trial? Let nobody sit somewhere and think that it's going to be as business as usual. If you think like that, you're mistaken. After 5 months of this press conference, Attorney General is prosecuting only 2 out of 12. So the question is, Taina Kano, Moe.
Tame. The Attorney General, why two pay? Why two pay? Akaten. Tebeka ten. Zawe, Yera Dominican Ayeni. I think that for some time now, in Kofa Sopam Kakrade, I have asked some few questions about the Attorney General. Sami, Mankofunta said, some of us, we want to remain consistent. We held the past administration accountable. And I will refuse to hold this administration accountable. Sebi, Omanpenyi Mahama, Mekade, everybody should help him to succeed. Because I'm sure Ghana, the situation we currently have, maybe we have a president who has 2/3 in parliament. Sami on tells you. I'm not too sure when we might have this again. So this is the time, so many people take a certain step. Our may change the trajectory of our economy and our money in the future. It is now. It's either now or never. Into anybody or anything able to try a banana kwema on my own year, mobile Ghana to we need to put it squarely. First of all, Sami, I have been on record to say that I'm not saying the powers that be did not make a good decision. But so Kamian Kutia Obi or parliamentarian Oba as an attorney general after a situation we called a crime scene in this country or problematic. Listen to you in parliament. Especially the last parliament was almost a hank parliament. 137 plus 1 independent. In Tiabekampa, 138, 137. One of the key things at parliament one year is building consensus. Only there, more than my year. But in Kabo Quentia, but Mami Yemo. Mami Yemo, and also Yemo. Nti, Yesusua. Now, okay, Mamia and them now see them, and I'm the ba ya made them, Namusumi, made them. So it is always consensus building. Most of the times. And if you try and build consensus with somebody, sometimes you need to let go of something. And to say, if in the last parliament, Attorney General played any role in building consensus or the Akuffo, and which reaginates Bibidu. Because he might have led in certain negotiations. He might have led in certain consensus building. In the Sisiano, take new officer. There might be times people will refer to him during the time he was building that consensus, what he said to them. And it could be payback time for some of them. Some of the cases are all conducive. Say, if you move fire, sometimes you raise certain questions about how come certain people are not being part of it. Attorney General, yeah, no, yeah, you're very good. He said that because he wants to show transparency, he mounted podiums to do press conferences. Obia and Shen. Minti de Omanpeyin Share Attorney General don't hear press conference. But he did press conferences. Out of those press conferences, or engaging him, cases are who or him. And I am to Jinadra order them prosecutions. Sami, in the law courts, you don't use just talking. You use evidence. And the Attorney General assure you there, he has watertight evidence.
Watertight is a so current me found.
There be information.
Yeah.
Into Chada, so for prosecution, he will get conviction. Everyone, it will be equal jina asemzi biano. Zaishu shine that will convict the person. Because at the end of the day, it's based on your evidence. I feel there, yimpe wezi damu boni another the maintenance yimpe neko jino. If you don't go. So when you come and assure all of us that you have watertight evidence, yenye jizi wo. So mu imkofu bebria when you jizi, there was yes, the people that have looted this country, we are going to recover our loot. I'm sure that you feel there has been some loot. That is why we believed in Ora. So, Sami, you've asked legitimate questions this morning. Attorney General, yenu ni asemo. Yenu ni asem. Enfa obi wuhi. Enfa mbesaye. Enfa mbesaya ya brabo. We are only asking questions. You started giving us updates. You started informing us. So we are only asking questions.
Joe Guswa na uti and some no and my message over subscribe like it to you may share na for friends and can be kindly click on the notification bell so send the any news that platform no so also one who dear airco and the air the ever POG Media day and some no you want to do na the bed day ye de ebebremu na in some no ye twaso ye do family no and ebremu ti jebre na friends some no e fama yanko ne konko je family no.
Giving us list.
Yes, in the MBA some there what accountability series na yen. Yes, sir. Question I be saying there. Why na ebe chere nkrofo dodo who are involved in this case that you are going to prosecute? And it's based on the evidence you have. If you paid or prosecution witness, you refused it because it will be inimical to your case. It's actually coffee me who there. Ibinuma Sabi when you want to say Ebia Kotad or member mote and I bought supply him 10, but about show receipt I'm there, I supply him 3,000. The monk of Unibiwa was so Mobeya Ibenya the watertight evidence. Na enya another witness obeja to me de ampa adi osino in prosecuting. But bim so what one better and can one so more the same evidence or even more evidence is there be one the prosecuting. We want to know how come this is no let's say no you do bien. You do a bien. A bien na sisi ya wajina court. Idunu oi. That is the question we are asking. Yebisa dama yembisa bon. At least we want to understand the processes that you are following. Because is it that you want to convict these two and that will make us reason there. Okay, the rest two have done anything bad.
These two are facing prosecution. It came after the press conference. I stated, say, we're concluding investigations. Now, watertight evidence. And if you are only going to prosecute 2 out of 12 after 5 months, it means if 2 is to 5.
Oh, some young 5 months. No. The truth of the matter, and from August 1st to September 30th, there was legal vacation. Into 2 months.
From August
1st to 30th
September.
There was legal vacation.
Okay. How many months is that?
That's 2 months.
2 months. So let's take the
Into
2 out of 5.
to 2 no F5.
Okay.
Into 3 months.
Omu resume, I was from August 1st to 31st to 30th September.
Yes.
And so from September near October. And a prosecution started.
So
this
and then we are on what?
And then 18th.
18th
Yes.
October. Yes.
So 3 months after concluding
3 months, 2
investigation.
weeks.
Yes, 3.5 months. So it means 3.5 is 2, and as 2 is to 3.5 months. So it means 10, remaining 10 are cano. Maybe somewhere 2034.
Sami, I'm in the Yebisa questions. In issues of law, there could be some technicalities. We don't know. We don't want to assume. So we are just asking questions. Sami, maybe said there is another case involving Edubuahin, which involves national security. I don't understand why Yera Kendapa, the former national security boss, is not part of that case. For me, it looks like sometimes we are doing selective justice. How come there, Obiahim there, any agency under a ministry does not have a budget? It is the ministry's budget that the agency under there draws from. So you can't tell me the one agency or ministry now say, Dreamy Bia Kodo, and the national security boss is not party to it. And or a prosecution witness. If you're a prosecution witness, especially when you've dropped cases against some of the accused because they want to serve as accused with prosecution witnesses. So what we are asking for is transparency. We are asking for transparency. And I think when we ask that, I don't think that we have erred. And on here, Attorney General and the office of putting a baby for transparency. In fact, Sammy, you see that Odu baby, the Deputy Attorney General Bekade, Honorable Atachi, the lawyer for Edubuahin, is engaging the media too much and is making their work difficult. But the boss no see in engaging media.
Press conferences.
At the end of the day, Ghanaians are interested in recovering loot and getting convictions. Ghana Fubebre, one of the reasons why they voted for this administration there, they felt that you may be recorded on yet. And the only way they can get conviction and corruption fights in Obezi Muinde, Obotu, Abanotodo. So I mean, say, our oral report is a litmus test to our anti-corruption fight. If the oral failure, we have failed.
It will embolden corruption and stealing.
And some of the steps that Attorney General has taken, for me, is problematic. It creates the impression that Samoa Bema and other Sama Ben Bapawa, I can be treated differently. Instead of fast-tracking certain cases, you don't go through the prosecution or ending. Some of the steps that he took, people will now feel that when we go into elections, let me because certain cases will be treated differently. We need to be careful. Man, you know your party in the year beside these questions, you will have a problem with it. Or China, so you will be for you would expect that certain questions are asked. So we are only asking questions. And I want to be on record there. Is because I have been consistent. But so I want to be on record that when certain things were being done and certain actions were being taken, Make I say it here. All we want is transparency. Zayesh shine there. How come that you mentioned 12 people, you are only prosecuting 2
after 5 months?
In Kafono, Wasam no, we could see them. Are they doing plea bargaining? And I still don't understand why plea bargaining is treated in secrecy. Because what will happen is that at the end of the day, Obi Biara will loot the country. You will go for plea bargaining. Or Embra, all right. But you can't say you are going for plea bargaining when you yourself are not guilty. And if we have recovered money, why is the state not aware? Why can't the people of Ghana know?
How much is he or he bargaining?
Yes, why can't we know as a people? Though, in relation to this case, they will have gone into enter into a plea bargaining. You recover this much, and in Pakrono, you bargaining Ochia whatever. Say 60-40 or Kenya. That is the questions we are asking.
Aha, any other Jumadian no ABC. I am more subscribe like it to Jumadian share them out for friends and can be kindly click on the notification bell no so send be the news we have to platform so also work no the air call any the but POG Media deal. Yet the more and some no, yet the drone ebrem to Jibre, Nisha Jumadian no, Akroma.